My name is Caleb Davidson. This is my presentation on the cost of something is what you give to get it. I think it's like the second or third economic principle. The definition of the cost of something is what you give to get it. This is called the opportunity cost. The production possibilities frontier shows the opportunity cost of one good as measured in terms of the other good. The opportunity cost of an item is what you give up to get that item. When making any decisions, such as whether to attend college, decision makers should be aware of the opportunity costs that accompany each possible action. In fact, they usually are. College athletes who can earn millions if they drop out of school and play professional sports are well aware that the opportunity cost of college is very high. It is not surprising that they often decide that the benefit is not worth the cost. So I did a bunch of examples of opportunity costs. I went to this website, and there was a lot of different examples, so I'll show them. So basically, the cost of something is what you get to get it is basically just the opportunity cost. That's what it is. So so say you chose your favorite restaurant that's 30 minutes away. The price would be 10 more than eating at home. The time would be 30 minutes. The effort would have you would have to drive for 30 minutes. The utility would be maximized because it's your favorite restaurant, and the possible alternatives is you could eat at home or just get a takeout meal. Another one is you could grab a Starbucks on the way to work. The price is $5 more than getting one free at work. The time is 5 minutes waiting in line. Effort is having to wait in line. The utility is maximized because it's better than the one at work. And the possible alternatives is coffee before work, coffee at work, or forego coffee altogether. And the last one is stay at home for dinner. This is much cheaper than alternatives, potentially saving $10 over eating out. The preparation and cooking time may take 30 to 60 minutes. The effort is having to cook and clean up. The utility is low, although there may be a sense of achievement for cooking a nice meal. And the possible alternatives is eating out or grab a takeout meal. So there's 4 factors of opportunity cost: price, time, effort, and utility. And I'm just going to go through this real quick. Price, perhaps one of the biggest factors is the price. Although this can vary depending on income, those with lower levels of income are most likely to eat more or to place more emphasis on price as part of the opportunity cost. Eating breakfast at home, for example, is cheaper. As a result, this would be a more favorable option due to the pricing. By comparison, a billionaire is unlikely to value price as high as the 3 other factors. Time. Everyone has the same 24 hours in a day, whether you're Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, or the next door neighbor. So each purchasing decision taken bears this in mind. For instance, it may be 50 cents cheaper to go to the store down the road, but is it worth the extra 10 minutes? And now effort. Time and effort are essentially interlinked. For instance, it may take time to go to your favorite restaurant, but also the effort of driving or walking there. So you may choose a local one that isn't as good in order to save time and effort. In addition, you may be able to find a cheaper deal on the internet, but would require you to devote time and effort. And the last part of opportunity cost is utility. This is essentially the enjoyment or pleasure that the consumer receives. This is perhaps one of the most important factors. Consumers will all want to maximize their utility, but are limited by other factors such as time and price. For example, consumers may want a 2-week holiday in the Caribbean, but have to consider whether they can still pay the bills. As incomes rise, the influence of utility becomes ever greater, while the impact of price diminishes.